So sometimes I look at the world just the way it is, and I can't help but feel like the things it's beautifully and wonderfully made. A lot of things they look very intriguing and uh, very high end kind of thinking and architectural choices. But I do have a few questions, especially the architecture, the human being himself or herself. I question some design choices and why those choices were made. So one, my first question is here. What's the purpose of this? What? Is it just there as a beauty thing or what? And this still talking on here. Women don't have it, same as this. Women don't really have it, so they don't need it. I don't think we as men need it either, but it's there. I don't know why it's there. I don't get that point. Then eyes. Why do you have two of them? Why not one big one here? Like we see the tails of the ogres and the rest, one big eye. Then people will talk about the third eye or something like that. Why not that one big eye? Why two of them? And why are they spaced like that? Why are they spaced in that manner? And why are they not on the sides like other animals? Because some of the other animals have them on the side. And another thing, why don't we have more on the back? Because we kind of need to see the back sometimes. Sometimes something is happening behind, and unless it's making noise, you might not know there's something happening behind. Maybe there's an electric car coming which does not make much noise. Yeah. So why don't we have some at the back? Then the nose. Why do you have two holes here which go and join before they get into the lungs into one trachea? Why two? What's the purpose of it all? I I I don't know what design choices that. Then generally the head, like why is the head covered by like a bone? Like why is not the entire body like a skull like that? Like the skull in the head. Why don't we have the body in the same thing like completely bone from top to bottom? That would help a lot with the injuries and stuff. Like if you get in an accident, the likelihood of getting a brain injury is less than the likelihood of piercing your stomach or your intestines or something like that because it's hard and it doesn't crack easily unless you fall from a very high point or get hit by some heavy metal or something like that. But it really helps, and I wonder why are not built like stones? Why are our bones not built like stones, like hard rocks that can fall from the hundredth floor to the ground floor without breaking? Because those ones exist, they are there. But whoever created us didn't deem it important for us to have bones that can't break. Why is that? Why are our bones brittle in such a manner? Then, like, why do you have shoulders? Why does the body become smaller after the head, after the neck? No, the body becomes bigger, sorry, after we pass the neck. What's the point of these shoulders? I don't understand. I don't think other animals have shoulders or anything like that. Then why our fingers? Why do our fingers have joints? Maybe it's for holding stuff, but I don't understand. Why are they clearly labeled like you can forget where they're supposed to bend at? Because at every bending point there are lines there to show you that's where the joint is. It's like you might forget where the joints are while you're moving them, which I don't think is possible. But I don't understand why they are there. And why do you have different skin colors? I don't understand. Why does it happen that we have different varying skin colors? Then, like, why do we have to like breathe through our nose, and why is the nose connected to the mouth in such a way that you can also breathe through your mouth? I have not gotten that point yet. I don't understand. Then why do you walk on 2 feet? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Most animals walk on their fours, and it's very comfortable to walk on all fours because it's very stable. And you would think if you try to walk with your hands and your legs, you'll be very slow. But take animals like the cheetah. You might think they would be slow because they are on all fours, but they are faster than a human being, even on all fours. Most animals are actually faster than human beings, even when they walk on all fours. So I also don't understand that part. Then why the ribs? Why do they have spaces between them? Why do the ribs have spaces between them? What's the purpose of it? Like, if I guess if the skull had like spaces on it, you might make sense of the ribs. But the skull is a complete block. Why is the chest not a complete block again? What do the holes in between serve? Because you're trying to protect the lungs, I guess, because they are sensitive organs. Yeah. Then why do you have nails? These nails. What purpose do they serve? I don't get it. I really don't. The nails. I don't understand what the nails purpose. And also on the legs you have nails. And then why is the thumb separated from the rest of the fingers? Like these other fingers are seem to be joined together, but the thumbs seem to be separate in a way. Why is it separate in that manner? How does that help? And why not separate the pinky too if it's for holding things better? Because I think that would make things hold much more easily. Then why is the hand shaped like this? I don't understand also. Why is the hand shaped in this manner? That's also an intriguing question. Then also, someone asked me this question. I will not say who, but a young kid asked me this question, like, hair in your private area. Why? What's the purpose of that? Why does it exist? Or in your armpits? Why do you have hair in those areas? I didn't have an answer for that kid, but I thought it's an intriguing question. Like, why does that really exist? And then there is the lips and everything. Why? Why do they have like you could just have a hole where you put food in, but why do they have to be so pronounced? They are outside. Some are big and small, but they are kind of out there in a way. Then why do you have this V-shaped something here on the face? The there's like a ridge here, with the on the lip area above the lip. You can see it. I don't know whether you can see it from here, but you have it. I mean, it's not probably. Yeah, what's the purpose of that? What's the purpose of that? And then if you have seen a skeleton, you realize that this is meat. This part of the nose is meat. The bone actually are just two holes. It just holes there on the bones. What's the purpose of not just leaving them as two open holes and covering them with some meat on top? What's the purpose of this meat here? I don't get that. I don't get it. Then what's the purpose of this ridge here before you go to the neck, where the head just tilts inwards like that? It's something like you can when your kids used to fight in a way where you hit someone on the back. Yeah, why do we have that ridge? And then we say there are five common senses. That is sight. Then there is smelling. Then there is tasting. There is feeling on the skin, and then there is hearing. So even before I get to the senses, the ears, why are they not just holes? Why do they have this? And if these trap sound, why are they not bigger like elephants' ears? Why are they so small? Or we don't need to hear that well. I don't understand. So with the senses, I'm saying we have eyesight, breathing, tasting with the tongue, feeling with the skin, and hearing with the ear. Why are all the five senses in the head? Like all five of them are basically just here. What's what's the point of that? I don't get it. The rest of the body only has skin, and I guess it could survive without skin either. So that I don't understand that design choice to make everything fit into the head. And if it's for protection, I guess yeah, there are still holes. Like if you're protecting the ears, there's still a way you can get in the ear and destroy the ear drum. You place something inside it, even though the skull is all there, but it's not really protecting the ear. It's not protecting the eye either. Why are our lids not made of bone? Because if you are really trying to protect the eyes by placing them inside a skull, our eyelids should be made of bone or something hard in such a way that when the eyes are closed, nothing can be hurt. When something is approaching you, you have this reflex of closing your eyes. So if you close your eyes and they were bone, they would block that thing. But if it's a normal projectile like a metal thing or a stone thing, it will most likely pierce through this eyelid into your eye. So I don't know how it helps and all that. I'll also ask why your tongue doesn't have a bone or something like that. Why doesn't it have a bone? I don't understand. Or the bone itself, why doesn't it have a bone in it? Because I think that would make it much easier uh, for men. I don't want to talk about that because that's that's not content I want to talk about. But yeah, why then? Then we as men, let me talk about men. Why do we have nipples? Have you ever asked yourself that? How do they help? Because for women, I understand it's for breastfeeding the kids, the newborn kids, and all that. But we don't breastfeed. What's the purpose of all that? Then our hands, why are they tough here? Like this the palm area is tough, and even the bottom of our soles, it's tough, and it's also a different color from the rest of the body. Why are they different colored? And why are they tough? Why is not the entire skin that tough? What are they trying to save on uh, while making that design choice? Yeah, yes. Then why doesn't the upper jaw move? If you have learned about this or heard about it somewhere, only the lower jaw moves when you are eating or talking or anything. Why don't they both move? Why just move one or not move both of them at all? Yeah, but why do you do that? Then I have others like why do we have if you've ever felt your knee, it's like it has a cup, the knee cup. What's the purpose of that? It could just be a joint. I don't think we have cups here on this. I don't know, maybe we do. But I don't think we have. But on the knee, you can actually move it. There's a bone that is very mobile there that you can move. So what's the purpose of that? Then why do we have ankles? That I don't know whether you know what an ankle is. I can't show you from here. But the ankle, it's a protruding, small protruding thing on the side of your leg that you can feel. It's protruding outwards. I don't know. Why do we have that? Then on our feet, why do our feet have a slight inner curve below? Like it's not flat. Why are our feet not flat? They are kind of curved. Like what's the purpose of that curve? Yes, those are some of the things that I really wonder what made whoever created us make such choices. Why do you have a neck? For example, what's the purpose of it? You could have just attached the head to the shoulders. Apparently, some people don't have necks, which is looked at like something negative. And I wonder what's the purpose of the neck really? Like just lifting the heads up, and then the neck is where all the important neural, what are they called, vertebrae, everything that is sensitive passes through the neck to the body. Why is the head covered with a thick skull and the neck is not covered with that thick skull? Because I think if you can really kill someone more easily by hurting their neck, because the arteries that are carrying blood to the brain and the spinal cord passes through there, and the nasal whatever passes through there. I think then the neck should also be as tough as the head itself to protect the person from death. And I think like also I would wonder why weren't we given wings or something like that? Or what design choice is inspired? Like I don't know. Maybe we are too heavy. Why we not made lighter so that we could fly or something like that? Why were we made the way we were made? There's so many questions. I know it's brilliantly and greatly made, but I do have questions about some design choices. And that's my opinion. Thank you.